Your cat does not love you like a dog. No wild tail wagging, no full body tackle at the front door, no, oh my god, you're home, production. So yeah, it's easy to wonder, does my cat actually love me, or am I just the unpaid snack dispenser with Wi-Fi? Sound familiar? Here's the truth nobody says loudly enough. Your cat does care, deeply. She's probably been proving it for years. The problem is, cats don't speak in golden retriever. They speak in tiny signals, weird rituals, and ancient little panther instincts that most cat parents were never taught to read. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. These are the signs your fur baby uses to say, "You're my person." And some of them are so subtle, you've probably mistaken love for attitude this whole time. Yep, classic cat plot twist. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood signs of all. Number 1, the back turn. Picture this. It's late, you're on the couch, maybe you're doom scrolling. Maybe Netflix is asking if you're still watching, and honestly, rude. Then your cat hops up beside you, circles once, picks her spot, and turns her back to you. Fully, faces away, eyes half closed, maybe even fully asleep. Most people look at that and think, wow, she climbed up here just to ignore me? Amazing. Love that for me. But that is not what's happening. In cat psychology, the back is a vulnerable zone. Big time. Wildcat ancestors survived by staying alert and keeping possible threats in sight. Out in nature, exposing your back carelessly is a terrible idea. It's basically saying, here, world, do your worst. So cats don't do that around individuals they don't trust. They stay angled, watchful, ready. But with you, she turns all the way around, spine exposed, eyes closed, guard down. That is not disrespect. That is trust at the highest level. She is saying, without making a sound, I feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you. Nothing bad is going to happen while you're here. You've got the room. You've got her back literally. Take that in for a second. A lot of American cat parents miss this because we're trained to look for loud affection. Dogs make love obvious. Cats make it sacred, quiet, subtle, easy to miss unless you know the code. So the next time your cat loafs next to you and points her fluffy little butt in your direction like it's a formal emotional statement, it actually is. Weird? Yes. Adorable? Also yes. And if your cat has ever done this, congratulations. You are not just tolerated, you are trusted. Now let's talk about the move that drives cat parents crazy and is secretly kind of flattering. Number 2, the body block. You stand up to go to the kitchen, boom. Cat in the hallway, you head toward the bathroom. There she is again, stretched across the floor like a furry speed bump with zero concern for your survival. You step around her. She somehow reappears exactly where your next foot needs to go. Magic? Maybe. Manipulation? Absolutely. But not for the reason you think. This is not random. This is not clumsiness. And no, she is not just trying to test your ankle strength at 3 a.m. Your cat is creating a pause, a tiny interruption, a little, hey, before you do whatever human nonsense you're doing, acknowledge me. And here's the wild part. Research has shown that many cats will actually choose human interaction over food or toys. Let that sink in. The thing standing between your cat and a snack might still be you. So when she blocks your path, she's not just in the way. She's asking for a moment, a glance, her name in your voice, a quick little backstroke as you pass. That micro connection matters to her way more than most people realize. And notice who she does it to. Not the delivery guy, not random guests, not your cousin who visits twice a year and calls all cats kitty. No, she does it to you because you're her person. She knows you'll respond. And that tiny exchange, that was the whole goal. So no, your cat isn't being annoying on purpose. She's asking for connection. And coming up next, we get into one behavior that looks like total chaos, but is actually your cat making a bold claim about you, your home, and your very expensive couch. Number 3, the scratch theater. Oh yes, this one is personal. Your cat trots over to the couch, or the door frame, or that one chair you really, really wish she'd leave alone. Then she looks right at you, not vaguely, not accidentally, I mean direct eye contact. And then rip, 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 she starts scratching like she's auditioning for a tiny Broadway drama called This House Is Mine. And your first thought is probably, are you kidding me? She knows exactly what she's doing. Honestly, she kind of does. But not in the evil mastermind way people assume. Cats scratch for a few very normal reasons. They stretch their muscles. They shed the outer layer of their claws. And this is the big one, they mark territory. Hidden in those paw pads are scent glands. So when your fur baby scratches, she's not just leaving visible marks. She's leaving a scent signature too, a message, a claim. And when she does it in front of you, that matters. She's not just scratching a couch, she's making an announcement. This place is mine, my safe zone, my world. And if you're in that world, guess what? You're part of the claim too. You're included, tagged in, officially absorbed into the household pride. Think of your cat as a very fluffy interior designer with zero respect for security deposits. Now, the eye contact during the scratching? That's the giveaway. That's not random. That's your cat making sure you witness the message. She wants you to know. She's saying, "This is our space. I live here. You live here. We belong here together." That doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your couch in the name of love. Obviously. Give her a sturdy scratching post. Better yet, put it where she actually wants to scratch, not hidden in some sad corner of the laundry room like a decorative apology. Cats love placing scent marks in meaningful traffic areas. Near the couch, by the doorway, beside the spot where the family hangs out. That's strategic, not petty. So if your cat keeps scratching in a certain place, don't just think, "How do I stop this?" Think, "What is she trying to say here?" Because usually, she's reinforcing comfort, security, and belonging. Now let's move to one of the sweetest signs of attachment, the one that proves your cat isn't aloof. She's bonded. Number 4, the shadow. You walk to the kitchen. She follows. Fair enough. Food happens there. Totally reasonable. But then you go to the bathroom. She follows. Laundry room? Follows. Bedroom? Follows. You're brushing your teeth, answering emails, folding socks, existing in the least interesting way possible, and there she is, quietly parked nearby, watching. Maybe pretending not to watch, but absolutely watching. Sound familiar? A lot of cat parents assume this is food-related, or boredom, or their cat being clingy. But that's not the full story. Studies on cat attachment have shown that cats often use their humans as a secure base. That means your presence helps them feel safer, calmer, and more confident in their environment. Same basic idea we talk about with babies and parents. Yeah, let that one melt your heart for a second. Your cat isn't following you because she has nothing better to do. She's following you because you regulate her world. Your presence changes the emotional temperature of the room. When you're nearby, she settles. She explores more easily, she rests more comfortably. She just feels better. And no, not every cat does this dramatically. Some cats are little furry bodyguards, always 2 steps behind. Others are introverts about it. They won't tail you step for step, but somehow they always end up in the room you're in. Same bond, same message, just quieter. And notice this too. She doesn't do this for everybody. Not the neighbor, not your friends. Not the random guest who says, "Wow, your cat usually hates people, but she's really into this room." No, she rearranges her little day around you. That is not indifference. That is attachment. And next, we're getting into one of the most misunderstood love signals of all, the one that can look gross, weird, or mildly offensive, when it's actually your cat trying to care for you the way family does. Number 5, the offering. This is the one that makes a lot of cat parents panic, recoil, or yell, "Oh no, 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 no." What is that? Because one day your cat walks up like a tiny, confident provider and drops something at your feet. A mouse, a half-alive bug, a leaf, a sock from the laundry basket. One random hair tie she clearly stole from the bathroom. Then she looks up at you like, "You're welcome." And this is the moment most people get wrong. They gasp, they scold, they instantly toss it in the trash right in front of the cat. Totally understandable human reaction. But from your cat's perspective, oof, that can land like rejection. Because this behavior isn't random. It taps into ancient maternal and social instincts. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens to teach them survival skills. Food sharing and prey sharing are deeply tied to trust, teaching, and inner circle relationships. Cats do not do this for just anyone. So when your cat offers you something, even if that something is a very unfortunate cricket, she's not trying to gross you out. She's trying to care for you. Honestly, it gets even funnier when you think about it from her point of view. Your cat has watched you for a long time now. She's seen your hunting performance. She has notes. And those notes are not flattering. You don't stalk. You don't pounce. You open a fridge and somehow still need help opening the deli meat. So in her mind, this little gift makes perfect sense. "Sweetie, I love you, but your survival skills are embarrassing. Please accept this leaf." It sounds ridiculous, but emotionally, it's kind of beautiful. Because she's not bringing that to the mail carrier. She's not dragging a sock over to house guests. This is reserved for the family she trusts, the one she's bonded to, the one she's trying to include in her circle of care. So what should you do? First, don't shame her. If it's safe, pause for one beat. Acknowledge the gesture. Use a warm voice. Thank you, baby. Good job. You brought me a present? Let her feel that the message landed. Then, once she's satisfied and moved on, deal with the item however you need to. That tiny moment matters. Because the last thing you want is for your fur baby to feel like her love was rejected when she was actually trying to provide for you in the most cat way possible. Now, speaking of moments that are easy to miss, let's talk about one of the quietest, sweetest signs your cat is emotionally tuned into you. Number 6, the slow approach. This one doesn't look dramatic. There's no meowing speech, no big leap, no over-the-top movie soundtrack. You've had a rough day. You're sitting there, kind of still, maybe staring into space, maybe emotionally fried, maybe just tired in that weird, heavy way where you don't even want to talk. And from across the room, your cat notices. She gets up slowly, walks over without being called, and settles next to you. Not earlier, when everything was normal. Now, that timing matters more than people realize. Cats are incredibly observant. They notice posture, breathing, movement, energy shifts, the small changes in your routine and body language that other humans blow right past. Your cat clocks them. She may not understand your email, your boss, your group chat drama, or why you cried over a commercial, but she knows something changed. And when she quietly appears in that exact moment, she's saying something powerful. I noticed. I'm here. Not for food, not for play, not because it happens to be dinner o'clock. Because you felt off? That's what makes this one hit so hard. It's not just bonding, it's attunement. Your cat is paying attention to your emotional weather, and sometimes she responds with the gentlest little check-in imaginable. And if you've ever had your cat show up during a hard moment when you were sick, crying, burned out, or just sitting there feeling low, you know exactly what this feels like. It can be so subtle you almost miss it, but once you see it, it says everything. And in the final part, we're tying all of this together because once you understand these signals, you stop asking whether your cat loves you and start realizing she's been choosing you every single day. So let's put this all together. Your cat turns her back to you and falls asleep. She blocks your path like a furry little traffic cone. She scratches the furniture while making intense eye contact. She follows you from room to room like a tiny, silent intern. She drops gifts at your feet that absolutely no one asked for. And somehow, she always seems to appear when your heart feels heavy. Individually, each of those can look random, or annoying, or just very cat. But together, they tell a completely different story. They tell you your cat feels safe with you, attached to you, curious about you, comforted by you, protective of you, emotionally tuned into you in ways most people never stop long enough to notice. That's the thing about cats. Their love is not loud. It's not performative. It doesn't come with fireworks and dramatic reunion scenes. It comes in signals, tiny choices, repeated patterns, quiet trust. And because those signs are subtle, a lot of cat parents miss just how deep the bond really goes. Your fur baby is not cold. She's careful. And honestly, that makes her affection mean even more. Because cats don't hand out trust like free samples at Costco. In the wild, their ancestors survived by being selective, cautious, alert. Every vulnerable moment mattered. Every social bond had to be earned. That wiring didn't disappear just because your cat now naps on a fleece blanket and screams for breakfast at 5:12 a.m. like she's never eaten in her life. That ancient little hunter still lives inside her. So when she chooses to relax near you, scent mark your shared space, shadow your steps, or care for you in her own strange, beautiful way, that is not small. That is instinct meeting love. Wildcat logic wrapped in housecat softness. And maybe the best part? She keeps choosing you every day. Not because you're perfect. Not because you always respond the right way. Not because you never miss a signal. But because somewhere along the line she decided you were home. That matters. Maybe more than you realized. So if you've ever worried, what if my cat doesn't really love me? I want you to hear this clearly. Love from a cat rarely looks like what pop culture taught you to expect. It looks like presence. Safety, ritual, familiarity, trust so deep it becomes routine. It looks like her sitting with her back to you. It looks like her being in your business for no reason. It looks like her saying, in 100 quiet ways, you're my person. And once you learn to read that language, everything changes. You stop seeing attitude where there's actually trust. You stop seeing clinginess where there's actually attachment. You stop seeing weirdness where there's actually care. And yes, sometimes it still looks like a sock dropped in your hallway, like a tribute from a tiny goblin, but now you know what it means. It means you matter to her. A lot. So tonight, when your cat jumps onto the couch and faces away from you, or trails you to the bathroom like this is now a two-person event, or settles beside you after a rough day, don't brush it off. That's her version of I love you. No speech, no drama, no tail wagging confetti. Just a quiet little message from a creature who noticed you, trusted you, and claimed you as family. And honestly, that might be one of the purest forms of love there is.